Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Kyuuyaku Megami Tensei 2. We are back in Ariake so that we can further exploit the monetary value of the demonic arena here. So, now that we have Atlas and Naga on our side, we can just cheese through this thing. It's gonna take some time, and remember to heal up your demons when they get low on HP, but yeah, they're going to be able to just demolish all of the competition here. And it's slow but steady going, but you'll be able to get quite a bit of cash. And what we're going to want, actually, is a bit of cash, because coming up soon in the story, we are going to be required to spend at least 5,000 of our Maka. Or actually, 5,000 Maka exactly. I don't know why I said at least. So I recommend that you stop by here and you take this opportunity to just grind up. You'll probably want to get a little bit more than 5,000, obviously, just because you're going to want some extra cash around for negotiating and, you know, being able to pay for the healer and all that fun stuff. So maybe go for a little bit more than just the 5,000 you need. But yeah, now that we have Naga and Atlas on our side, you may remember last time we went through the Ginza underground tunnel system, and we found a petrified Atlas there, which we then went on a little short side quest into a underground laboratory and almost died, got our asses kicked by robots and automated turrets, and it was just not a fun time, but we were able to get a little secret potion thing to free Atlas from its petrified state, and joined the party, and good thing it did, because along with Naga, Atlas and Naga are just both going to be able to carry us through a good chunk of this game for now. And their strength is reflected in the Demon Coliseum here too, so we can just keep hammering home on this, and no problem at all. Just demons don't stand a chance. But of course, too, you can do what I'm about to do here and spend your time playing some of the other gambling games if you really feel like your luck is on your side. Coliseum, I'm pretty sure I've covered this before, so I won't go too deep into it, but the Coliseum is just more consistent, especially when you have higher level demons like this that joined you for story reasons, or side quest reasons, however you want to call that. But yeah, if you have some metal cards, there's no harm in playing good old Codebreaker here, which, God, I can't get into it yet. I need to wait for when the moment is right, but I fucking hate this video game because of what Atlas requires for you to get some cool hidden stuff later on. You need to guess that number on the first try, and it's just absolutely ridiculous, and just a pain in my ass. See, that time that was pretty good deductive work on my part, and I got a little lucky there. So got 500 and an amethyst, which we could obviously use to go to Rag Shop and get something cool. So that's always nice. But yeah, I don't know. Atlas is, on one hand, Atlas has my respect for putting things in their RPGs that I think other companies would never in their right mind do. Like, I always think about the bonus boss fights in both Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, which require so much time to grind up and prepare for adequately, and even then they're just impossibly tough fights, but once you beat them, it's so rewarding. And you know, other companies would probably never put something that absolutely just completely off the wall ridiculous. It's just batshit. But, you know, Atlas always finds a way to put stuff like that into their games, or at least they used to. I don't know. I feel like they've kind of toned back a notch on that. I don't think we've ever had anything as ridiculous since Satan from DDS2. I don't know. I guess some people probably say Lucifer from Devil Survivor 1's pretty brutal too, but I don't think... I think it's a tricky one, but I don't think it's as bad. But no. Yeah. Still doing Codebreaker. I probably should have... I don't know if I needed to show my entire Codebreaker experience here for you. I probably could have cut this down. Oh, whatever. Come on. Yeah, I believed in you, Razin. Did a good job. No gem, though, but 300 Mach is pretty good. So, yeah. Thanks, Mr. Nandi. Have a good one. So, yeah, now that we are done over here, we can travel all the way back to, where are we going here? I actually don't remember where we head next from here. I'll wait and see where the footage takes me. Because I think there's actually several different things I could have possibly done here, and I don't remember which one I chose, but I believe I'm going to be heading to Ikebukuro. At least that's what my gut instinct tells me to do. Yeah, it looks like that's what I'm doing. So yeah, you may have remembered when we took a peek in here last time. We checked out that thing to the left. That was just the graffiti telling us that was that hostage letter from, or ransom letter from Lord Asmodai. But you may have noticed the ominous skyscraper to the east that we didn't really poke around in. So now that we're here, there's a pretty beefy dungeon. It's honestly not that bad. It's just tall. There's a lot of floors here. But the enemies here could be a lot worse than they are. They're not too bad. And there's a few NPCs that you can chat with here. There's a lot of NPCs here with some fun and good information. So maybe explore around here and just see what everyone has to say, because they'll guide you a few different ways. And I believe there's actually some important NPCs here for progression reasons too. But I know for a fact that in this episode, we're not going to do everything here that you can do, so I'm going to be going back here a couple different times for various reasons. So Ikebukuro is pretty important. Ikebukuro, I feel like, is always pretty, always cool stuff going down there in Megami Tensei games. Let me just actually look right off the bat. I don't remember. So in SMT1, yeah, that's where you fight Yama and you get put on trial in SMT1. That's what happens there. That's a fun time. That's where the Mantra Army headquarters is in Nocturne. And SMT4, I think that's... Yeah, you do stuff with the Black Samurai there. Yeah, just Ikebukuro. Always a good time in SMT games. Unlike Karakuen, which I don't think ever appears again outside of this game. Let me look, actually. Yeah, only appears in Megami Tensei 2. What a shame. Sorry to go all JC Denton on ya. Ooh, Emerald. Good stuff. I need to know if there's anyone else out there who grew up with Sonic media and is just... Your brain is corrupted by the idea of emeralds being, like, you just immediately think of Chaos Emeralds. Or, even deeper cut, Emerald from, what is that game called again? Some of you know what I'm talking about, that Sonic Game Boy Advance game, that Sonic Battle for the Game Boy Advance. That's what I'm talking about. And of course, over half of our party is asleep because those human monk enemies will just serenade you until you fall asleep again. Humans in this game are great at using weaponized ASMR against you. I tried to recruit this demon, and then I realized I could not chat with it, I believe, because my party is full right now, so that was a bummer. But I believe I've referenced this when this demon has showed up before in the past, but we're going to want one of these. I believe it's called Tsuchi Gumo. Yep, that's what it's called. We're going to want one of those for a fusion in the future, and the most reliable place to get it is right here in the first floor of Ikebukuro. They're not the most common encounter in the world, but it sure beats going around through the underground of Ginza and trying to get one to spawn there. So yeah, just write that down somewhere. Keep a note when you need that funny little Spider-Man is going to be right here. Guys selling darts and drugs and hand grenades and all sorts of fun stuff. Finally, making it to the second floor. Feels like we've been on the first floor forever now. You know, I was just thinking the other day that, there was a point when I first started doing these sorts of Let's Plays where I was like, oh, I can't start looking stuff up or typing stuff when I'm not sure about something halfway through recording, because, you know, people aren't going to like me banging on my keyboard and trying to figure stuff out and me sound like a dumbass, and then I just kind of gave up on that, and I feel like my Let's Plays are a lot better for it. It feels more off the cuff and, I don't know, just a little bit more fun. That guy gave us a warning about not trying to take the ominous treasure at the top of this tower, but, you know, that means we gotta try and take it, right? But, yeah, speaking of keyboard clanking, though, I recently bit the bullet and purchased a mechanical keyboard because there's a pretty good sale for one that was highly recommended by a lot of people I follow on Twitter through Best Buy over the holidays. So finally gonna have the first mechanical keyboard experience of my life, and looking forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I believe I've heard mechanical keyboards are actually just kind of better for your hands in general too, and since my day job is just a lot of typing over and over again, it's probably, and my free time I just do a lot of typing in general, it's probably something I'm going to want to have around. Also, I love this boss's sprite, it's just going over and over again. Also, I know it's supposed to be like he's tapping his weird little chubby finger thing, but it just looks like he's trying to flip us off, but he doesn't even give enough of a shit to really give us the full finger. Or he's studding around to the music. But yeah, this guy's a chump. He's not gonna be a problem at all. You can see he is not putting up that much of a fight. And also, we have a cool-ass sword and cool-ass demons, and yeah, this guy's gonna go down soon. This guy kind of reminds me of like a prototype Abaddon, done in Kaneko style. You know, the big slimy man with the open mouth that appears in the later Megami Tensei games. That's what that sprite reminded me of. I feel like we've leveled up a lot this episode. That's good stuff. And it's our pal Hiroko again, which, if you forget who this is, I don't blame you because we haven't seen her for a while, but it's Ryu's girlfriend. I don't know how she ended up all the way over here or being kidnapped by a giant mouth man, but, you know, shit happens. Oh, honey, you believe in him a lot more than I do. At least we got our ring back. That's pretty dope. So yeah, we took out the boss for the area, so now all we have left to do is climb up to the top of the tower and see what the deal is with that treasure. Something I kind of like, you know, I kind of feel like a lot of my experiences doing these Megami Tensei or just older RPG Let's Plays in general is kind of pointing out how sometimes I like their quirkier sides or things that you just don't think about because, you know, so many of us are familiar with modern game design, but I really like having the boss fight just already here on the second floor, and then we just have the rest of the tower to explore. There's something about that that's kind of fun. Though even too, it is interesting because, you know, you would think that there would be this giant boss that's defending the treasure at the top, but it really didn't seem like that that boss was really all that interested in that. It seemed more like he was trying to, you know, get revenge or bait us into attacking him. These demons are really big fans of taking hostages, actually. I can't think of another Megami Tensei game where they tend to do that as often. Most of the time I feel like they usually just kill people. This will not be the last time that someone gets kidnapped in this Let's Play either. Spoiler alert. So yeah, we're on the other side of the second floor here. Gonna go back down though. Because where we're actually gonna want to go is to this elevator. Just take it up to that fourth floor. Mapara is always nice, even though, you know, I use maps for these Let's Plays just so I don't waste your time. Still nice to use Mapara and not have to break my neck looking back and forth between screens when I'm doing these. You can see me walking with purpose, though. I'm a man on a mission. Got no time for bullshit or exploring those nooks and crannies. Oh, geez. Ooh, yeah. Almost everyone was asleep there. That was a bad time. Actually, that's one thing to point out, too. If you want to grind for jewels Rizalkas are pretty easy to kill, and they're not that intimidating or hard to beat, so they're not too bad for grabbing some of those if you want to grind up. I don't know. I don't really feel like you ever need to grind up for healing items in this game. You're usually more than fine going through and picking up what you need just as you progress through the game normally. I don't know, maybe the RNG was just really nice to me on both my playthroughs, but... grinding for healing items always feels like a weird concept. Like, the only other, I don't know, I guess Demon's Souls, but I was about to say, the only other game where I really think about that is Bloodborne, especially that first playthrough where you're maybe not super familiar with it or just kind of bad, grinding up for blood echoes. But yeah, as far as traditional RPGs go, can never really think of a time where you're really grinding up for healing items like in this game, but I guess that being said, most other RPGs don't have a healing item that's as good as the standard jewel that's in this game that's just a full heal right off the bat. Very interesting how they decided to go for that and not do what most other RPGs did at the time and, you know, still do now, which is the... you know, iterative healing items you get where the first one heals a little bit, next one heals a little bit more, and so on and so forth. Uh-oh, Asuka died. That's not a good time. So I decided to use that Sacred Bell, which really bummed me out, but... you know, what else am I gonna do? I didn't want to just leave her hanging there, so... usually like to use those for when I really need it in a pinch, but I don't know. I guess I'm kind of in a pinch here. I'm most of the way in through this dungeon, and she died, and I was not happy about that, so... I figured, you know, might as well use it if I have it, so... but it would have been nice to have maybe... have been able to hold on to that for some tougher points of the game where I know I'm probably going to have a little bit more trouble, but whatever. We're almost at the end, though, at least. Another jewel. Really stocking up on the healing items here. Oh, look at that ominous lion statue with blood coming right out of its mouth. Why don't we just stick our left arm right in there? Oh, jeez. So I skipped through that really fast, but I'm sure you understand what just happened. I'm sorry, I double pressed A accidentally, but yeah, our we currently are suffering from the status lost arm because the fucking statue just bit and ripped our arm clean off. Which I absolutely love. I feel like this is one of the more iconic moments of Megami Tensei 2. Even before these games were translated, this was just something that I remember people always talking about this game. Just because it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of out of left field, and I think it is one of the more memorable instances of playing through this game. You just lose your arm, and you have to go back and, you know, figure out what to do next. I don't want to spoil anything, but I kind of love that. It's very, very funny. And I, you know, even more than just being a little unexpected and kind of funny, it is kind of a cool dramatic beat. Because at this point in the game, you're pretty comfortable with your ability to go through dungeons, beat bosses. You know, we just beat up a giant blob monster guy with a huge-ass chomper teeth mouth. You know, we're feeling pretty confident in ourself, and then you try to get a treasure, and a trap just completely dismembers you. Like, it's a really striking and evocative moment, I feel. And also kind of translates something about the dangers and risk of adventuring. It kind of harkens back to a tabletop type sense of dungeon exploration that I really like. I always feel like things that kind of have their lineage based on the old tabletop games and, you know, all of this stuff in some form or another, all of these RPGs, especially these dungeon crawlers, you know, take a shot. I'm sure I've talked about this plenty of times in these Let's Plays, but they harken back to the original Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff. And, you know, a big part of the danger and the risk of adventuring in those games were those traps and hazards that were found throughout the dungeons. And I feel like the danger of the dungeon itself and the traps that are set up, it kind of was lost to time because, you know, they're not as cool looking or as fun and exciting as combat and fighting monsters and all that stuff. But, you know, the dungeons are just as important as the dragons, and I really like that we kind of have a cool nod to that here, where, you know, it's not a giant weird demon thing that rips off our arm or anything. It's literally just a giant statue head that we accidentally put our arm in without thinking and just chomp. Now, that being said, it is kind of goofy that the player isn't given any choice of an alternative, and we have to go through with that, even though it is so obviously a trap. But, you know, whatever. It's fine. So if you remember from visiting our pal here in the Cyber Labs, this guy likes to work on prosthetics and cybernetic equipment and all that, so he's going to give us a new arm, which is pretty cool. Of course, he's going to charge us money, though. Atlas didn't know it, but this is a very, very damning commentary on the modern healthcare system of America, even though this game takes place in post-apocalyptic Japan. But, you know, they knew. They knew. They were like 30 years down the line, some asshole's going to be Let's Playing this game, and he's going to be frustrated about his healthcare. So yeah, now that that's out of the way and we have a cool new Ghost in the Shell-esque robot arm, let's just take a trip back to Shiba for a second here. Actually, are we not going back to Shiba? What am I doing here, Razin? Oh, maybe I am teleporting to Shiba, yeah. I think this is the end of the session. I think I might be saving and quitting here, so... Yeah, next time on Kyuuyaku Megami Tensei 2, we're gonna explore around Tokyo a bit more and, see what we can do with our fun new cybernetic arm. Have a good night, everyone. See you later.